Boost your CSGO skins on onlyboost.com. Click start now to get $1 for free.
Deep in my soul, next to my heart, was a pen as a paper and a brand new start. Bag of bones, keeping on, keeping it together through rhythm and song. Early days and big mistakes, it's easy now to see the man they made. Deep in my soul, next to my heart, was a pen and some paper and a brand new start.
Welcome back. Today has been a marathon so far, both teams going all the way in both games as well. We're going to the third map here between NRG and Red Reserve. Now, most of the analysis, and I think we echoed the same sentiment, that we thought this was probably going to be over in 2. Yep. Now, we didn't think it was going to be towards NRG either. We thought Red Reserve was going to do well. I think the desk even predicted that in their, the little predictions that are going on. Hope someone's keeping a tally. But yeah, this has been a bit of a slog now.
Yeah, Red Reserve really kind of coming into form. It's interesting, of course, that each team wins their opponent's map pick.
Yeah.
Obviously, leaves us on cash, which was a big question mark in terms of NRG. We said that, of course, it's a bit of a Swedish pocket pick, and that's exactly what Red Reserve would be. So who knows, though? I mean, cash is always just kind of in the open, and again, North American CS is not doesn't shy away from cash either. So
I just have a horrible feeling it's gonna be so puggy.
Yeah.
Yeah. North Americans love a bit of puggy cash, and then this team is like literally just FPL bait, and it's just like, This is not going to be that pretty game. I hope we get additional time on the analysis desk for Halvor to really break down every strategic element of what we're about to see on Cash between these two. Because there's going to be a lot to look at, I can imagine. Very in-depth tactics, but a lot of raw firepower. Now, we saw a couple of players really coming into their own. One being Breeze. He was outstanding. He's had a big game. On the other side, though, there's been a couple. There's been so many different players having moments throughout this game. Michael wasn't even the headliner there either.
No, actually, I mean, not to kind of, say anything bad of him, but he was actually the bottom fragger.
Yeah.
So you think of this lineup, he's quite clearly the man with the most experience. And yet everybody else is kind of stepping up, which just goes to show the actual, viability of this lineup. Most notably, of course, I'd say Relaxa. He had some serious op play. He also had some just really great deagle play as well. Are Relaxa and Freddy Frog related?
They have to be.
I was going to say.
They absolutely have to be. Unless it's the same cam at a different angle.
I was worried about that at one point because we had Hampus for Michaelelli, right? And I was like, is this the same person?
They have to be related. Otherwise, that's just ridiculous. They are
twins. Okay, so they're like the ogre twins of Halo.
We also had the Brazilian teams, obviously. They have twins as well.
Yep.
So it's a thing.
Genetic thing.
Exactly. They're just connected through CSGO. And a mid play going to come out straight away from NRG. Glocks through mid. Actually, I'll tell a lie. It's two P250s through mid. So I guess Red Reserve going to fall off it. But yeah, this is hyper puggy style. Just like straight up smoke out connector, get through vents, get in there, crunch towards B. But there's a lot of Red Reserve players here. So it's going to be a little bit tricky getting that cross down cleanly, but nothing's hitting so far, it seems.
No shots connecting other than damage dealt until Freddy Frog finds the head of Breeze. And the bomb is still planted regardless. Fugly able to get that in, but of course he has to do it safely, so it's not planted for anybody really. He's going to have to make sure he stays alive, and ANJ seems to be the insurance policy on exactly that. Bit of a crossfire set, a perfect flashbang, clears out ANJ. Pete from underneath the vents, able to swing it with one. Fugly taking a kill as well, doubles to Michaelelli. 20 points of health, 2 kills on the board, but that's all he gets. Red Reserve to take the pistol.
Big retake as well. There was a kit on Freddy, but he should have this anyway. He's fine. Rusty gets the job done on the retake, but Freddy the Frog, again, and Freddy Frog has been doing wonderfully. Those first couple of kills he gets, just being a nuisance as well. I thought with Pete's presence in towards Checkers, that could have gone the other way, but no, they clean it up well. And even with Fugly being, a bit of a threat on the site, just gets handled. NRG back on a, semi-buy here. A little bit of an investment into this. P250s, Deagles, no armor though. About to around 2k. So he did a little bit of damage. Don't want to completely forgo the round, but tough to make anything happen with this. They're just maybe looking to meet aggression. Surprised no one boosted up Peter there or someone else towards red. Always nice to put a player up there, just so they can watch if there's a mid push coming out with the SMGs, and they do it now. Hampus watching Squeak. There is a player on the other side, but no one's playing through it just yet.
Of course, unarmored bodies of NRG should allow these weapons to just rip flesh from bone. Even the MP9 of Hampus. But NRG, I mean, we saw this, I believe, on Train, where they're just kind of trying to make the most of their pistol play, despite having a sheer disadvantage here. I mean, Fugly with a Deagle can still maybe find some kind of a pick. Even one gun dropped would be something to play off of. Peter trying to get himself into middle, or at least creating a bit of a distraction. Rusty wants to take this duel, but there is the man boosted up, so he has to be cautious.
Yeah, I'm wondering what Fugly's up to there. We go. Finally actually moves over. Peter's been forcing an uncomfortable situation for Rusty for that, to allow Fugly up there to be able to catch him kind of moving between spots. Breeze now delivers towards Forklift. Molly will do the job anyway, but Michaelelli's in a little bit of a situation, but look at who's watching the cross. It's Peter. That's a great position. Good work from him. Smart play. Not just trying to rush towards Michaelelli, but buys the time for this. Now it's down to the 1v1. Freddy Frog up against Fugly, and Fugly was having a sick game before, and he's going to do it again. Great job from him. 3 kills. And patience pays off for NRG. And Peter especially playing in Fugly towards Highway then was huge.
Yeah, even not just towards the highway at the latter portion, but I mean, the fact that Fugly's able to drop down is because Peter distracts from the opening of middle. So Peter, while he didn't come up with kills that round, certainly put his teammates in a prime spot to walk away with it. And Fugly, just a matter of performance. So, you wanted a pug? How about a pistol round force buy actually working out. Not even a force, actually. They had no Kevlar. That was literally just pistols. Less than what we find Red Reserve playing off of here in the third. They're already down by one. Relaxa removed. Michael Ellie next to fall. Peter takes the kill with the MP7. Lines up the next. Peppers him down. That's Rusty removed. And NRG working towards the A site.
Yeah, Breeze's utility. Once that smoke goes, he can molly out this spot, or he could have done it early. You can see Hamper's having to play around it. He knows that he's under real pressure here, so he needs to make a play, make a move. Well, that happens. Breeze going to buy his time and wait on this. They're already starting to pressure towards A. Freddy going to hold an off angle. Going to hope that he just catches someone. A couple of headshots come out would be really nice. What are you up to, Fugly? What are you up to? Just hopping away, just hoping he gets away with his life? No. He will get found, but in the end, it'll be another round on the board.
Able to convert what Red Reserve were not able to do themselves. So the CT side back down to just vanilla pistols, and NRG get a bit of a grace period here. $0 investment.
This should be fun. Hold down mouse 1 and please don't die. Freddy the only one to fall, or get the kill towards Fugly, should I say. He's having a bit of an awkward time, but he's still got a kill. The money's still good for NRG, they're fine. They can rebuy whatever they want. No AWP to come out early for Peter, maybe feeling fine on that rifle. He's on 7-2, so for him that's a confidence booster, and he needs it. He's had a quiet game, he's going to start feeling
Boost your CSGO skins on onlyboost.com. Click start now to get $1 for free.
Gonna switch it up now. He's fallen off that. The bomb is not to hand. Pete is going walkabouts. Kind of needs that bomb. He doesn't have the time to go for like the long, clean play. Freddy's just gonna wait for it. He can play back in on the plant. He doesn't need to rush it. Pete really has no idea where Freddy is right now. Has to be careful of middle, connector, everything. Up we go. Freddy begins to wind this up as well. Pete completely unawares. Oh, this isn't the this is not a plant. He had no idea. He thought it was in main. Completely unawares as to where Freddy was coming from. And a bit of a shame for Peter. You could have played it safe. He had all the time for that, but he genuinely thought it was main. I don't think that was a bad call, or he just read the situation wrong. Close, though.
And still, Peter, I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed of in that round. He gets that first spam kill over towards NBK, removes the man off of E-Box, spots the head towards upper. So, I mean, that would have been a 4K and a 1v3 on top of it. No shame in giving up a round to Red Reserve. Seeing as, of course, it was that 1v1, we do see Red Reserve rebuy with what they can. That includes the double ump. And no op to counter that of Peter.
And it kind of gives away, obviously, Red... you can read the utility so easily on Cash. And what they have, you see a CT side smoke main, is because they definitely do not have an AWP or a scout up. Because then you don't allow T players to cross the other side if you have it. You want to be taking those fights. You can generally win them. As soon as that smoke goes in, you know you're in a decent spot here. Start playing out from Squeaky, start adding the pressure, get those mollies down towards Fork. He can bail out of here with just a default smoke. You're seeing it now. Nice aggression from Michael Ailey. Doesn't want to allow that to happen. Smart play from him, gets an upgrade for free as well. Well, I guess for the cost of 50 HP, but not bad at all. Relaxer now, next in line. Nade goes through. Ugly backs away. Not too worried about that one just yet.
Solid mid control for NRG, so what they lose at A, they take in middle. But from here, where do they go? Back to which they came. Daps And the bomb on Peter starts to work out towards B. Now, of course, we saw Relaxa up in vent, but he has fallen back since. And Freddy's just going to anchor the back of Checkers here. So if he doesn't reveal himself, then the players in vents can't do much about it. They do have a Molotov, and they are going to try to force his hand. So he swings out, still takes one. Fugly trades it back. Relaxa fully blind. And the T side trying to push forward here in this 3v3. Relaxa drops the bomb, but he can't duel versus number 2. And so Michaelelli has to hold the cross. Time so crucial. 7 seconds. Headshot connects, and Fugly's going to get this in. But only in the nick of time as the frag will deny. And that's the round for Red Reserve.
Great nade coming through there. That is frustrating as hell. Good stuff, though, from Red Reserve, keeping this game very much up in the air. No one able to tear it away from each other just yet. And I love that kind of mid-round aggression. That's what I like to see from people like Michaelelli, who has that sort of game sense and ability to do it. And this is the nade. Timed it well. Bounces off the back. Comes forward. See you later. No plants on default today. Fast smokes towards middle and flashes. Early pressure here. This could be a quick hit towards B, possibly. They still have that one play towards middle, so they can fall off this, but nothing towards Squeak, nothing towards A main, and look at the A main play. Red Reserve just doing the full-on CT side aggro. I love it. Just right in the faces, not caring about NRG at all. Just want to get the map control and make it very hard for NRG to do anything other than that initial plan to go towards B.
I mean, look how just changing the maps has changed up what Red Reserve are allowed to do. When they're on the CT side of Cobblestone, while they played it well, it was much more reserved. They were not afforded these kinds of aggressions just because Cobble doesn't play into that type of strength. Whereas now, Cash is for the taking, and they'll gladly get aggressive. It's nice to see. Can they hold off on B? Seeing as the T's start to filter in, Hampus finds the first. Flashbangs connect and blind the entirety of that wave. The bomb has been dropped, and that's not going to stop Breeze from at least getting the headshot, clearing the back of sight, and maybe taking a plant here as Fugly and Breeze combine for another 2, and they take the man advantage. Can Red Reserve fight back?
The timing on that, a little unfortunate, but good work from Relaxa to pressure, just as you can imagine. The smokes and everything else was trying to be put down to allow that bomb to be planted. Now the retake comes in. Freddy and Relaxa. The dastardly duo. The brothers Grimm looking for the play in here. Fugly on the other side of that smoke waiting. Breeze the same. And now Relaxa going to right on in this. And there it is. Brilliant retake between the two. They did have a kit as well. If required, they could switch to it. They don't need it. But nice work through and through from Relaxa and Freddy.
Great communication, great cover. Each player allowed to take their own duel. Each player comes out on top. So, it is Red Reserve back with their lead. And quite clearly the rebuy, at least on one side. Poor NRG. Literally have to contemplate this. I mean, there's so much cash still for Peter to play with.
Yeah, he can drop a couple of people out, or he does that. Hero AWP, let's go.
Let's see it.
If he's believing in it, I think he's a player who needs that confidence. So if he's starting to go for it, then why not? Let him have those battles. You need it at this point. Red Reserve are being hard to deal with. They're being aggressive, and you need to find a counter. This looks like the old school A smokes, right? You can see where they're all like lining up at the back here. Problem is that they have to fight back in towards A main if they go for this. They might need to abort out a bit. 2 players. That's normally the... You could do millions of smokes from that position. And Freddy and Hampus already up on boost. This becomes a problem. They're starting to fit, you know, they've really got a good understanding where this is coming from. Drops down towards the light. Here come the smokes. Shuts the door. Freddy now just going to ban down the hatches. Hampus goes anti-flash, but are they going to hit A main? They can't. They surely have no play here. And this is smart, though. They go for highway. That's a good switch up. That's a new look, and I like it. Hampus could have been made uncomfortable here, but he still comes out with the goods.
ANJ, though, he's going to trade that back quite quickly thanks to the sidearm. So the man advantage taken back as Relaxa finds one frag. Peter on 14 health and Freddy to the back of the site. It's a cleanup from Red Reserve. NRG, again, just trying to get that space, but they're locked down.
I really like the idea. They were able to take middle. They got past connector. They got up highway. I really liked it, but the problem is that A main split just didn't work out. It just doesn't work against this style that you're seeing being brought by the Swedes, that they're taking over A main control. They're making it very hard for you to play back in anytime you play late. You've got to almost default out on this map, take over map control, and just play it in off the back of that, because you're giving up so much room. Red Reserve showing exactly what they can achieve on Cash. Nice deep nade. Oof. A second later, that could have done some real damage.
Despite only having pistols here, NRG with a nice little collection of utility. They could just smoke and fire out this bomb site, clear checkers as well to try and prevent some peeks. Counter nades in from Red Reserve, however, and the opening frag to Breezy make it 2. Hitting these headshots thanks to the Tech 9. The bomb now starting to cross. Rusty wants to spot it, but his eyes see nothing, as the plant will certainly be found, although it's going to get a little hot on sight. Forces him out, and now 2 players just cowering behind Standard.
Breeze is Woggy weighing on the push out here. CT side, you're against 5 here, sure. Okay, the buy's low from Daps and Peter, but it might be time to back away. Yeah, Hampus is already out there. The hunt's going to begin from the T side. They can shove a couple of players towards them. Hampus going to find some sort of refuge towards CT as they all do this. Daps and Peter could probably hunt this if they want to. We've only got P250s. Michael does have the AWP, and he wants to keep control of it. He's expecting the jump up on the box. Not going to happen. And the rest of the team do start to flood around. They're losing on these guns here, but at the end of the day, it's all done round-wise. Guns to be recovered at the end. They're still fine. Red Reserve keep themselves in this game. But a little bit of a fight back from NRG.
Unfortunately for NRG, I mean, they haven't won a round in 4, and then instantly when they do, everybody's dead. So thankfully that was just that kind of light buy, because had that been a full investment, they really would have been tied up. I mean, there is just no cash left over here, so they're still able to afford those grenades because they win one when they really shouldn't. But very close, not stable, that's for sure. Red Reserve still with that 1-point lead, trying to go for the counter boost into Vent. Freddy is gonna make it, but Fugly will fall. That's Relaxa keeping an eye on the push through smoke. Daps trying to get cheeky, could follow suit. Possibly to join Fugly in death, as Freddy Frog is still ready to drop down here.
Daps does get the angle. It's finding it hard to work in on B. And Michael Ailey finding Breeze over by Squeaky is going to, again, just kind of work down NRG. The default they're playing out is still pretty aggressive. They're really taking fights. It's hard to handle Red Reserve when they're like this. They're aggressive, of course. They lose out on players on either side of the map now. Where do they want to pinch towards? It looks like B's the end goal here, and I don't mind that. It's a nice little way to try and contain the numbers disadvantage. Good shot there towards Relax. He's down to 41, but flashes out. Bit of a madman move at this point, but Freddy's there in support. He doesn't know what's happening. He's blind. He's looking back in. Oh, that's a lovely shot as well, and Rusty makes it round in time, and a shutdown comes in as Red Reserve pick up where they leave off.
Starting to cement this lead now. Again, that hard reset really gonna hurt NRG. They have to bottom out their banks, buy what they can, and it's not all too much. They're gonna get that double Tech 9 CZ double P250, so few grenades. I mean, not even a single ump, not a scout to play with, really nothing. And at the same time, Red Reserve gonna bust out that double op setup. Michael and Relaxa. At least thanks to the smoke on the Z connector, Rusty does get sectioned off, but Hampus is willing to lend a helping hand as the flash rains out. Rusty looks for targets, and he sees a lot of presence as the grenades come sailing in, as now the T side split into the B site, where Freddy lies in wait.
Remember, Relaxa isn't far off either. That AWP can really cause havoc from above. Freddy, just with his back starting to become a little warm here. The flash comes in, doesn't affect him. And Freddy again tries to move around, but there's that molly coming in. Relaxa, what can you do here? Michael Ailey's already showing you up, finds Breeze. Oh, what a shot from Michael Ailey. That's what you want to be seeing, the flare, the fire. Exactly what Michael Ailey can do, and this is a shutdown, this is a shutout. He's got 10 bullets and he wants the kill. Rusty takes it from him, but again, good performance from Michael, and another round on the board.
Nice op play there with that double op setup. Even despite the player in heaven missing his shots or not being able to control that cross, Mikey Lely gets it. First one to Breezy, almost the second. Beautiful kill.
Okay, NRG taking a tactical timeout. Words are hard after a while, I have found. We've been casting a little while now. How long have we been casting now?
Three maps times 2. Math's hard too. Math and words.
And then double OT. How long is this? I'm trying to work it out. When do we get? I don't remember. I don't know what time it is. It's all gone. My brain's seeping out of my nose. But the team's still focused. I, however, questionable. You know, no judgment today. I think you have to be nice to me. Obviously, the internet is a very forgiving place.
Of course.
Truly kind. The We Support You Peter thread, already front page on Reddit. Don't you worry about it, buddy. We believed you. You can always come back in cash. Seems to be vocal about how to handle this. It's not easy. Trying to break through on this map individually against these players, because I always feel, I don't know why, but cash always allows you to be so good individually. I think it's just because you play it so much on any of the kind of like, I guess, services you can use, like your Face at your ECA, right? You play it so often just because it's just an easy go-to mix map. I think you still see some of those creative tactics on it, and the hardest punish rotates, but you can just play it so nicely as an individual. I think it gets hard to play against Red Reserve because you see some of those players like Freddy going off, Michael Ailey going off. It's hard to handle them. It looks like the crowd's turning up for KPI nice and early. They're getting ready for it.
Getting ready for the best of 3 upset versus Envious.
That's gonna. I can't believe that's still gonna happen tonight. That's the crazy thing. Like, how much OT is gonna happen in that game?
Knowing Envious.
Exactly. Like, let's be real. It's Envy. That could be going all night long. And there's what, 2 more best of 3s?
Yep.
Have fun, Harry, and Risk. Get the monster energy in you right now. I'm going to be doing the same in just a second's time. I'm a little addicted to it. It's a bit of a problem. But yeah, we are just going to wait on this one to start up. Hopefully for NRG, they can refocus, pull themselves back together in this. Because it's getting to that point where you feel tired, you feel frustrated, emotions start overcoming it. Yeah. It's about that kind of consistency and focus that you can try and provide. But at 7-4, you're starting to be running a little ragged here. They've got to try and pull themselves back through now.
It's a real shame as well that now that Peter's starting to find some form, sitting at 12-8, that it's Daps who's going to be struggling individually, and Jay again down there. So it's like they just can't get up one map where everybody seems to be finding those shots.
You don't even need like everyone being like a superstar, right? You just want everyone to do bare minimum, right? You want
kill.
Exactly. You just want that. You don't need someone to be a superstar, but this is going to be the A hit coming through here. There's already a player in towards MBK. Who is that? Rusty. And he's great at this too. He feels always. It looks like he's good under pressure. Molly comes in, plays off well, but by this point they've actually broken through by truck, and that's a problem. The last 3 players are all over by that side.
Relaxa waiting for that smoke grenade to fade. Of course, ANJ did get aggressive towards the truck, so Hampus still needs to clear corners. It's the man advantage, although no Kevlar, not a single bit of utility, so CT is going to test their hand at the retake, deploying smoke grenades every which way, and Hampus picking up the heat up close. Near costs him with the swap, but Freddy saves it with 1. Hampus and Relaxa combined for all those frags.
Did Hampus kill the guy at quad? Can we get a replay on that? Like, he swung over. He wasn't even like shooting the guy in front of him. I need to see this again. That was ridiculous. But yeah, good retake in the end, but... So yeah, he kills the guy here, cool. Spots the guy close, but watch him swing to the guy at quad. He's like, wait, no. That is so weird. That guy just comes into this, swinging around the place. But Red Reserve now just double themselves up. They're at 8-4. They're starting to look good on this, and I don't doubt their T-sides either. I think that's when you can unleash certain players and they start to just do it individually.
Yeah, absolutely. Michael again with this A main aggression. There's been a lot of forward control from Red Reserve on this CT side. Again, we talk about how they're allowed to like open up opportunities and get aggressive and do as they please. Well, they have been. They've been boosting Hampus up multiple rounds. They've been putting Michael inside of A main. They've been just allowing Rusty to anchor to the back of quad. Very dynamic on this CT side is Red Reserve. And like you just mentioned, I can't help but feel like they'll keep this pace moving into the second half.
NRG need to be up for challenging this. They can't be scared of fighting it. Now, I think Michael Ailey's going to win this fight just because you put your money on Michael Ailey, right? But still, you've got to be willing to take these challenges. If you play scared, it plays into them. That's a nice bit of utility utilized, forcing him off the angle. Peter now claims it.
Of course, that real estate has not been reclaimed by Michael. Afraid to peek back into that angle is he. Meanwhile, we start to see the defense shift off of the B bomb site. Freddy Frog leaping back towards tree. But then he decides to come back. Relaxa able to pluck one from B main. Spots the bomb in the process, I believe, and Freddy burns Breezy alive. So, Relaxa dropping down to Daps, puts him on the scoreboard, ANJ with a headshot as well, but here comes Freddy from the back corner, spraying for 2 as Michael finds the last, and Red Reserve move on to 9.
Yeah, this looks like Red Reserve is just picking up confidence, starting to feel the game out as well. You know, if these less experienced players start to really just come alive on the stage, that's going to be a great feeling for them against a quite established team. Remember, you know, NRG, of course, they've changed a player. They're finding new roles. Daps is having a very quiet game as well. It's got to feel pretty awful for him not really coming alive in this one at all. But in-game leader, etc., you know, don't worry about it. It's not all on him. He's had these performances where he can be absolutely game-changing, but you also just want your heavy hitters to be doing this. You want your fraggers to be the one at the top. Shouldn't always be someone like Daps. But for now, it looks like NRG eyeing up this A hit, and already Red Reserve will be playing quite passive to this. I assume that NRG smoked that themselves, because I don't know why Red Reserve put the smoke up there themselves when they've got 2 orbs on this. Good line of smokes come in, Breeze to find Hampus, but will they expect these orbs so close by? Michael goes in for the challenge. That's confidence and a half.
Yeah, and with the sidearm, he's able to take Fugly, just continues to duel. Breeze gets dropped down to a slighter bit of health, 1 quarter left as Freddy Frog shows his hand from A main, burning off the backside. That's going to prevent the peak, and Relaxa still trying to help out here. There's a terrorist stuck between them, and 1 to the back of Quad. That's ANJ. Freddy catches Daps. That was the flanker. So now Relaxa becomes in question. He swaps to the sidearm and takes it. Red Reserve fighting their way back into the bomb site. ANJ needs the clutch, and it's Relaxa with the drive-by. Red Reserve moving to double digits and leaving this on the 15th round. NRG still with only 4.
They've kicked it up a notch, haven't they, Red Reserve? It's just powerful, it's smart, it's good, they're having fun. NRG look a little flat in this right now. They don't seem to have that little bit of fire. You can see the frustration kicking in. It has been a marathon of a game so far. This could be an 11-4 half. That's a very, very decisive scoreline in a half time. And it looks like maybe a bit of a B hit. We do have some presence from Fugly elsewhere, so it might not be quick, but look at this aggression. Freddy's feeling it. Relaxa's pushing up now as well, going to play him in. Hard for Relax to back away if he's on this angle. It's fine for the first shot. If you can isolate someone, it's hard to get out of it without support, but we'll see what his game plan is. Are they going to do an execute on this? This plays in so perfectly. He does actually get the kill, but it plays in Freddy, who gets the spray down. 2 big kills, and sadly for NRG, he's not done yet. He even gets the tag to follow, and the support's already in place.
Rusty waiting towards headshot, but Peter removes Hampus. That's from above. Relaxa still pinned down towards Checkers. Do they check this, or do they think he has fully retreated here? They don't have the Molotov to burn him out. Peter still watching for the flank, as is Daps, but it's not there. Red Reserve playing towards site and just leaving Michael to hold down mid. Michael shifting his attention towards the A site instead, so questions being asked from the CT side. But patience being shown as they just wait in line.
Not a bad idea to hit the brakes for them. And now Michael is right back with the boys as Fugly wants to take the challenge. He does take down the first, but Michael destroys him from above. And Red Reserve start looking pretty darn solid here.
Very scary, especially considering that 3 of these 4 rounds from NRG are all thanks to them winning that round 2 pistol. Sure enough, being able to upset, kind of forcing Red Reserve back. A slight bit, but then from there, 1 round on the board. This is Red Reserve all day, kind of going into what we had expected. Again, the Swedes just showing dominance on this map. And if they can win this second pistol and actually convert it this time around, I'd say it's safe to say